Darling.
Hi.
Let's do this. We met at a very close friend of ours dinner. Yeah,
Yes,
through
Sophie
like your
introduced us.
oldest friend.
And we met and we were just like,
No, it was kind of like an instant.
Yeah.
We talked about jewelry for about 30 seconds, and I feel like in those 30 seconds, I was like, this is so something that I want to like kind of pursue with you. It's something I've always wanted to do is jewelry for the brand and like that world. Also, I just, I love
I think
the
we're also
product.
all about energy. I think we just
Definitely.
connected on the energy, and then we started chatting about, I loved how you wore your jewelry, every piece, what it meant to you, all the symbolism behind it, and so we made it all about that meaningful part of why you collect jewelry and why you wear it.
This collection for me was super meaningful. I mean, meaningful for both of us, but I think for me especially as like a gender fluid fashion designer, I really wanted to articulate this message, as I always do with my work, that this is for anything and everyone. And I think for
That was key.
It was key. And I think the thing that for me, the first thing we came up with was the butterfly, because there's a rare species of butterfly that has both genders in one, really encapsulating this idea of kind of fluidity, rebirth, giving these wings to soar, to fly.
And I love that.
And I think that's what makes me super excited, because I think from the beginning it was all about not just making anything pretty. It was so specific down to like, what do things represent? What are things, going into the arrows, this idea of kind of drawing a sword, really propelling yourself to the future. The serpents and the egg is for me such a beautiful thing of, rebirth, especially after this year we've had. I feel like we're just really trying to not even reinvent, but just, reimagine how we kind of want to put ourselves out into the world. And, I think you can wear one of the, whether it's the locket necklace in your daily, jewelry routine. It's not like you have to wear like something, I love to wear.
Like you do.
Yeah, like adorned, where you have like 50 rings on, you can really kind of wear it in your own kind of special way. Exactly. And you can put your own meaning behind it,
Yes.
I think the meaning behind it is just we're all born to shine, and we should never forget that.
Absolutely.
Marisa, if you had to pick one piece that is your favorite, which is probably so hard because I know each one feels like a child, which one would it be?
I think for me, it's the hand with the pearl. I feel like you take it with you and it's a helping hand.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just like a safeguard. It's just something protecting. What
think-
about you?
Oh my goodness. I was actually thinking about this question like all day, like what would I was going to say. It's funny because originally it was the butterfly, but I think the butterfly inspired then so much of what we created that I have to say it's kind of like,
knew you were gonna say
it's
that
like,
one,
it's
the
this amazing fob. Like this is
Yeah.
literally my favorite piece. Also just because it's like, I think for me, everything I do when I'm creating is really looking to the old world and how do we reinvent that, make it modern, make it kind of relevant, make it, applicable to my messaging and my ethos. And I think for me, this was just something that I could easily see like any client of mine wearing or like, getting up on stage or like, I don't know, going to the coffee shop. This is
I love that you're
the fob. I'm putting this in my pocket.
So I really want to talk about the serpents because for me, they symbolize rebirth. And I loved that we were talking about all about the shedding of preconceptions. And again, I think that was really fundamental to this collection.
Of course.
That's what it sort of symbolizes.
No, I couldn't agree more. I mean, the snake, I think any kind of the designs that combine the snake are like, even these rings, they're like definitely my favorite because of that, shedding. And it's like, for me, it's new skin, it's being rebirthed, whether that's being reborn out of the pandemic, whether it's being reborn out of, your preconceptions of yourself or who you think you should be, your identity, but just like kind of, I don't know, coming out and having fun, coming out and being,
You're so right, but that's the thing what I loved when we talked about fluidity. You believe in fluidity across the board for anything, for everything. And I think that's what we wanted to accomplish with this jewelry, apart from the fact that it's for everyone. I loved the fact that not only are we saying it's about inclusiveness, acceptance, openness, but also you are so open to everything. And I love the way that we can reinterpret anything we want because it can just be about rebirth from the lockdown and the pandemic. It can be your own personal journey.
Well, it's all about adapting to each person, and I think I've always tried to do it through my design work as much as it's huge fabulous gowns and all this stuff about blurring the gender lines, but really what is blurring and what is fluidity for you and like every person, and just the accessibility of living a bit more fluidly. So I think we really encompass that like in all the designs and all the conversations and the casting and the styling and the world that we built. So it's been incredible.
Oh, amazing. See ya.
Oh. Okay. Oh my god.
Paris.
Is this thing on? Hello? Hello, is this thing on? Cut.
Cut.
Cutting.